Hi everyone, welcome to our Girls Gone Global event. My name's Tanika and we're going to be sharing with you today a little bit about what we're up to. So first of all, I'm a mama of three. I live on the Gold Coast in Australia, and if I could just ask all of you girls who are on today, if you could just put in the chat where you guys are tuning in from, because this is an awesome thing about our business. Most of our business is actually run online. So it really doesn't matter where you're tuning in from or who you know. Anywhere globally in the world, you can connect with them and start your business and get it off, you know, anywhere you like. So we've got some people coming in here from San Francisco, which is awesome. Like I said, I'm on the Gold Coast and so is Shani. We've got Tanil from Crescent Head. Emma is from Western Australia. So that just kind of gives you a bit of an idea. We're all connected and we're all here on this journey together, but a lot of us are in different countries. So today I'm just going to share a little bit about our amazing products that are all tied into our community and our little business. So we have, our company is called Juice Plus, for those of you who don't know. And these are our amazing little magic beans. So these are capsules, fruit, veg and berry, and in these capsules you have 28 whole fruits, veg and berries. They're all dehydrated at really, really low temperatures with the sugar removed, and the water content is also removed. So they're processed over in America at grown on farms that are just specifically aimed at the Juice Plus company. They're all put through a process and a machine to everything's pulped together, like so the skin, the seeds, everything is put down into a pulp. And I know for myself, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree, that the most nutritious part of the fruits and the veggies is in the skin and the seeds and the inside of it. But that's mainly the part that we throw out. You know, we peel our carrots and our potatoes and we throw our apple skins and cores in the bin and things like that. So every single part of the fruit is put through this process. It's dehydrated and then put into a vegan capsule. And one of the things that really caught my attention when I was looking into this product is that it actually is a real food label on the back. So I don't know about you, but if you want to check your multivitamins or the supplements that you may be taking at the moment, I can probably guarantee you that everybody on here cannot even pronounce half of the things that are on the back of the label, let alone know what they are, right? So on here, for example, on the berries, we have things like blackcurrant, blackberry, elderberry, artichoke, bilberry, blueberry. They're all things that we can pronounce and we actually know what they are, but they're things that we don't necessarily eat every day. For example, on the veggie capsules, we have things like rice bran, kale, cabbage, parsley, spinach, berries, dates, cranberries, papaya. So many different, you know, fruits and veggies that we're not eating on a daily basis that we can actually get into our bodies. So can everybody just put their hand up if they eat the recommended daily dose of 9 to 12 serves of fruit and veg every single day? No one, right? Even if we're super healthy, which we all really try and be, we're all very health conscious these days because there's so much disease and inflammation happening in the world. But we can't get that, right? It's not realistic. We might do it 1 or 2 days a week, but definitely not on a daily basis. So this product just really bridges the gap between what you're actually eating and what you really should be eating. And there's so many amazing benefits that we all get from our products. We can't guarantee that it's going to be fixing, you know, certain things. Every single body is different. So for me personally, I'm a busy mama to 3 girls, and one of the first benefits that I really noticed was energy. I was dragging myself around at that 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon mark. I was grabbing chocolate because I was addicted to chocolate. Proud to say I'm not anymore. But that was, for me, my energy in, honestly, the first couple of weeks was just amazing. I wasn't dragging myself out of bed. And now, like, I seriously have to put myself to bed at about 11:30 at night. And it's not because I'm tired. It's because I look at the time and I'm like, oh, I better go to bed. So for me personally, that's one of the benefits. But there's so many amazing benefits that we have. And what I always like to share is that every single person is different. So some people come into the product and they really want to help with their hair, skin and nails, which is one of the benefits that a lot of people do notice. But first of all, they might be having some inflammation or something really going on internally with them. And because our bodies are pretty amazing little things, it's going to hone in and really fix that inflammation and that internal issues that you're having before it starts helping with those external factors like hair, skin and nails. Our product works on a cellular level, which means that our body really knows what's going in. It knows what fruits and veggies are. We don't pee out that fluoro yellow pee that we usually do if you're taking multivitamins, because multivitamins are synthetic, so our body doesn't know what to do with it, so it pees it out. So you definitely won't notice any of that disco wee with our products. It all just goes into our system, into our bloodstreams within 4 minutes, and then our body just goes and processes it and does exactly what it needs to. So another amazing fact that I really love about this product is that we have a free child health study. So we always like to say our company is absolutely the company with the heart. We have over 1 million children now that get this free child study product for free. So these are our little amazing chews here. We have the fruit and the veggie chews. And for every adult that is on our capsules, they get to sponsor a child for free. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be your own child living in your household. I have some clients who are on the product who are grandmas, and they actually sponsor their grandchildren for free with this product, which is pretty cool. So they're getting 17 whole food fruits and veggies into their diets every morning. And for me as a mum, that just gives me peace of mind knowing that my 3 girls are racing out the door in the mornings and they've got 17 fruits and veg into their little bodies before they even hit school. And we're getting some amazing benefits from children as well. I know for my youngest daughter, she's a bit hyperactive and she's not really good at sitting still in class. And within 6 months of her being on this product, I got an email from her teacher asking me, you know, what's changed at home? Is Evie going to bed a little bit earlier? Because she just seems a lot calmer and can concentrate a lot more. And the only thing I could put it down to was that she was nourishing her body with exactly what her body needed, because she never was a really big fan of fruits and veggies, but now she can't get enough fruit, that's for sure. So that's 2 of our products that we have with our company. And the other amazing product that we have, we keep it pretty simple. We only have a few products in Juice Plus, but these are the amazing whole food powders. So in these powders, there's 17 fruits, veggies, nutrients. We also have an amazing product or nutrient in here called niacin. And I'm not sure if you guys know what niacin is, and I definitely didn't before I came into the business. But niacin is a natural feel-good mood booster. So we have a lot of testimonials around these products from people taking these daily. They're actually being able to go off their antidepressant medication. People who were suffering from anxiety are now not suffering anymore just by having one of these a day. We definitely don't promote any of our products as a weight loss product, but people are definitely getting some awesome results by taking one of these daily and say having it in the morning for breakfast, which is what I do. Every morning I have one of these thrown in the NutriBullet with whatever fruit I have, banana, berries, some almond milk, some ice, and they keep me going until lunchtime. I'm not snacking in the middle of the day or in the morning. You know, I have a coffee and that's probably it until lunchtime. So yeah, we have a lot of weird, I suppose, things in this, like millet, radish sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, pomegranate, spirulina, yucca powder, like things that you would not be getting every day. So they're pretty cool too. And the chocolate one's really yummy, especially in the afternoon if you're feeling like that something a little bit naughty, but it's not. And these are awesome for the kids too. You can make so many things out of them. Protein balls, I always make protein balls and chuck in a packet of these. You can make so many different things, pancakes. And the other thing that we have about, or with our products, for everyone who is on our products, we have an awesome program. So there's programs that have loads of healthy recipes. I think we have over 200 or 300 recipes now in our programs. There's detox programs, there's meal plans, shopping lists. Like, they make it really, really super easy for you, and they're all family friendly, because we really understand that there's mums out there who are busy with juggling kids and stuff, and you don't want to be making those separate meals for yourself. Or even if you're traveling, you know, these are just awesome to chuck into your bag. You can also take these on the plane. None of us who have traveled with Juice Plus before have ever been held up for any of these products, which is awesome. And I know for me personally, when I'm traveling, it's really hard to eat sometimes, especially eating healthy, and on those long flights of 14 hours or so. These are just so handy to have in your bag with a shaker. You can just add some cold water or buy some milk or whatever you like, and you're definitely getting the right amount of nutrients and stopping that jet lag by fueling your body with the right things. So we're going to hear from some girls now to share some products stories. So Kylie's going to share her product story, and then we're going to also hear from a couple of other people who are going to share their story as well. So if you'd like to take yourself off mute, Kylie, and share away.
Awesome. Thank you, Tanika. So yeah, my name is Kylie. I've been taking the Juice Plus products for 2 years now. And when I first came into the business and starting to take the products, for me, I had a thyroid condition. I had been on a synthetic product for probably about 12 months prior to that. And my thyroid specialist basically told me I need to be on that for the rest of my life. Now, it certainly didn't resonate with me. And after much more research, I found out I had an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's. So when I first came across the product, one of the things that a lot of people shared with me was that the common thing they noticed was increased energy. And for me, all my thyroxine did for me really was every afternoon when I hit the wall at 3 o'clock, if I had that medication in the morning, I didn't hit that. So I thought to myself, you know, I wonder if this could replace that, and then, you know, bridge the gap as well between what I was eating and what I should be eating. You know, although I am involved in health and well-being, I certainly wasn't getting enough fruit and vegetables either, and it's something that I live and breathe. So I had my blood test done the day before I started taking Juice Plus, so I knew exactly where my levels were with my thyroid. At that time, my doctor said to me, you can reduce it to 6 days a week. So we kind of were on a bit of a path, but that was 12 months in. So fast forward 4 months of taking Juice Plus, and it was the only thing that I changed in my diet because I really wanted it to be measurable. You know, if I changed a couple of things, I never would have known what exactly was helping. So 4 months on, I had my bloods done again. And I had a phone consult with my doctor. And at this point, my doctor had no idea what I had done. I kind of went against the doctor, and I certainly don't recommend anyone do that. It was just something I did for me. And my doctor said to me, you know, your thyroid is functioning very well. Everything's great. Your levels are good. Your Hashimoto's is still there a little bit, but I think with your diet and what you're doing, you know, you should be able to keep that, you know, under check. So he said to me, keep going with 6 days a week, you know, with your thyroxine. And it was then that I actually shared with him that, well, I kind of have a little bit of a confession to make. I haven't taken the thyroxine for the last 4 months. So he was a little bit surprised as to, you know, well, how has your thyroid become so, you know, well functioning, you know, in that time? And I shared with him what I'd been doing, and he actually was aware of Juice Plus. He, you know, shared openly that he actually took Juice Plus, and he loved the product. So I said to him, you know, now let's go back to your comment before. Are you still happy for me to continue doing, you know, what I have been doing, and remove thyroxine from my diet altogether? He said, yes, most definitely. So I am just over 2 years on the journey now of taking Juice Plus, and I take the premium capsules as well as the shakes. And I still today, you know, I'm not on any synthetic medication for the thyroid. And I don't hit the wall at 3 o'clock in the afternoon anymore. So certainly has helped me. It's enabled me to, you know, really bridge that gap and fuel my body, you know, with all the nutrients it needed. And to think that I was going to have to be on that product for the rest of my life was, you know, such a disappointment. So I truly love it. It's done something different for each and every one of my family. But that's just my own personal story of how it's helped me. And I'm going to pass it over to Nicola, who's now going to share a little bit about her story as well as to how it's helped her on her journey.
Hi, thanks Kylie. Hi. So my name is Nicola, and Juice Plus came into my life about 7 years ago. And it was kind of the perfect time for me because I've been suffering from psoriasis my whole life. And about 8 years ago, it got so severe that my left leg was pretty much open, raw flesh. And I knew I needed to do something about it. So I went on this cleansing, very restrictive diet to heal my gut. And sure enough, within a few months, I was psoriasis free. The first time in my life. It was pretty amazing to see what diet can do to your body. But it was just so hard to stay on this diet, obviously long term, that I eventually went back to my old eating habits. And sure enough, after a few months, my psoriasis came back, and I was kind of struggling to find out what I can do to have a normal life and not have to deal with this anymore. So that was about the time when Juice Plus was introduced to me. And I was, okay, the product immediately made sense to me because, it immediately made sense to me because I knew what the body was capable of doing. I knew what nutrition can do to help your body heal. So I went on the products right away. And about a few months into it, I'd say, I realized I didn't have any more flare-ups anymore. So I was eating a normal diet, and I didn't have any skin issues anymore. So for me, that was definitely a life changer. And I've been on the product ever since without any skin issues. So obviously my whole family is now taking Juice Plus, the shakes and the capsules. And it just gives me such a big peace of mind to know that they get everything they need every day to stay healthy and help the body to heal themselves if needed. And I'm also sharing my business story here because back when I started the product, I wasn't really looking into something else. I was running my own cafe and wine bar. So I was plenty busy, but fast forward 7 years and now I'm the mom of 2, and I got a lot more busy and life got hectic, and it was a lot harder now to just run a business on the side and juggle the family. So I was looking for something like some alternative, but my challenge was that I'm from Germany and I needed something that allows me to go home and see my family whenever I want and kind of how long I wanted to. So that was kind of a challenge to find something. And then a friend of mine shared with me that she joined the business after being a customer for many years. And I got curious and I took a closer look, and I got really excited because I saw that it offers everything I was looking for. And at that point, there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. And I joined the business and on the side while I still run my own business. And I've been loving it because I can now take my business with me and don't have to worry about something that I have to leave behind. And I get to decide how much time I spend on the business while I'm traveling with my children and see my family. And not only that, but I get to connect with people all over the world and help people with their health issues, which is something obviously I'm so passionate about, having my fair share of health issues myself. And I just love the mission. And now I'm actually at the point where I feel confident to sell my cafe and do this full time. And I'm just very excited for the future. And I'm looking forward to hopefully changing many lives with this. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Emma, who's going to talk a little bit more about the business side of this.
Okay, thanks for that. That's a really amazing story. I hadn't heard your full story about your skin changes. So I'm Emma. You can probably tell from my accent that I'm English. I was born in England. I moved to Australia about 18 years ago. And I'm the single mum of a 5-year-old. And I first heard about this business. I was in a group called Travelling Australia with Kids, and there was a lady posted in there that she was travelling and doing business from her phone as she travelled around. And I got a bit too curious, and so I asked questions. And she sent me a link to watch about this business. And I watched it, and what I've done 2 businesses of this sort of nature before, but what I could see was different in this case was the team and the structure and the support. And people just seemed to be having so much fun. Like there was all these people from all over the place getting together on an event like this. And it just I thought that looks like a great group of women to work with. At that time though, I just started a business doing aromatherapy massages from home. So it wasn't the right time for me. So I said, no, thanks, not right now. And then 3 months later, my little boy, he didn't get on, he fell out of school for the 2nd time. So he's a kindy dropout twice now. And we decided that we would homeschool. But of course, doing massages with your little boy underneath the table with his train set wasn't the most relaxing thing for my clients. So I needed something else. And in the meantime, I'd also been looking for health. I've had a chronic pain issue for about 12 years, and I've been tested for everything from cancer to MS. Had all sorts of treatments, lots of drugs, been sedated. And I'd had nobody could really find any answers as to what was wrong with me. And to be honest, I was very worried. Like, I'm 45. And I'm here in a foreign country, or it's not foreign to me, to us anymore, but, you know, all of my family, everyone else in our family's in another hemisphere. So the weight of, you know, what is wrong with me and am I going to be capable of looking after my child was really huge on me. And I spent a lot of time surfing the internet looking for things. And I came across this product, Juice Plus, again, as something that could possibly help me. So with all of those things in, I needed another job because my son was homeschooling, and the product might be able to help me. It's almost a year now since I jumped in with both feet and said, okay, I'll do the business and I'll take the product. My product story is that about 10 days in, the pain went, and I've only felt it once since then, and that was when I ran out of powders. So although I immediately accredited the capsules, I realised it was the powders. I don't know what magic ingredient is in there. Tanika shared a few of them, but one of them is certainly doing something for me, and I will never stop using it. I'm going to share a little bit about how our business works and why it works for me. I'm hoping you can see my whiteboard. Let's go a bit more. So the business I was in before child, I was actually a teacher. So if we think about a school as being this kind of structure with a principal maybe at the top, and then you've got, you know, your deputies and your heads of departments and, you know, all of your teachers and all of your support staff and all of those things in there. So I sort of bought my way into that position. I went to university, I got a degree, and I bought myself a little way up to hierarchy as a teacher. And I absolutely love teaching. I have to say, I really love helping students. But what I found was if I wanted to promote and get better in teaching, I had to promote up and become a head of department or a head of year or something. And that brought with it lots of extra stress and a lot of doing stuff that I didn't really enjoy. What I enjoyed most was actually working with the students. So I went on this little cycle a few times, up and down, and didn't really find that there was a way in teaching that I could do what I really wanted to do and progress my career. I certainly had no intention of ever becoming a deputy or a principal. Like, the stress and doing all the things that I didn't enjoy and getting away from the children was really not an option for me. What's different about the business that we're in now? It's actually, I like to draw it as a rectangle. And the reason I draw it as a rectangle is because everybody that starts at the bottom has equal chances of getting their way to the top. So you can't buy your way in. It doesn't matter if you've got a rich mum and dad or a degree or a friend or anything. You all start at the bottom and you can all work your way up to the top. We've got a lot of people in the team that we're in who have made their way to the top. They call this top position NMD. We've got a lot of people in this position here, and they all started right down the bottom here, which is very encouraging. We know we can all make it. The thing that's different with that hierarchy that I showed you before, if I did want to apply to be a deputy principal, there'd be lots of other people applying for the job, probably lots of my colleagues and friends that I would have to compete against, and only one of us would be the lucky one. Or maybe even someone from outside would be brought in, which would be even worse. And with this business, we actually all help each other. So because everybody has the opportunity to get to the top, we've got lots of people in our team that have already made it up to the top here. And we've got lots of people that are just beginning their journey, and people that are all different, at all different levels so far. And what's great about it is that all of these people that are at the top here are helping all of the people that are here to get going. So I think someone else will talk a bit later. We're actually all rewarded by the company for helping each other, which is just an amazing thing, to be able to be rewarded for helping and supporting your colleagues as opposed to having to compete against them. And that makes a massive difference as to the culture of the organisation. I'll just pop back in. So yeah, I'm very happy it's not what I was expecting. It's a lot better than I was expecting. The personal growth and the friendships that I have got from being part of this business have been amazing. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Tanil, who's going to talk about her business story.
Hi, so I came into the business about 8 months ago. I've spent the last 19 years traveling and living around the world, working with different companies and being in different countries. And when I decided to join the business, it was really to top up my travel funds, just to have a little bit of savings so that I can go to really cool countries, see Antarctica, or maybe go and do the train trip from China to Russia, or these sorts of things. That was really what this was going to be for me. So I was introduced to the business from Tanika, our beautiful host, and she's been teaching me and helping me on how to really run this business globally, because I'm never in one place. I am always traveling and moving around. And 6 months into this journey, the company that I've worked for the last 10 years decided that they wanted to change the terms and conditions of my contract and have me doing a little bit different job to what I wanted to do, but what they really needed at the time. And what I love about that I had Juice Plus building on the side was it gave me the courage to bet on myself and say, do you know what, I'm actually going to go all in with my online business now and walk away from this career that I've had for the last 10 years. And it was really rewarding for me to have the vice president of the company actually encourage me to do that and say that this really is the way the world's going. People are wanting to be able to live anywhere and work anywhere, and social media and these sorts of things, technology is making it so much easier for us that we can run our business from anywhere. So with that, I walked away from the career and I'm now doing this business full time. It's certainly not full time. I spend a lot of my days sightseeing and traveling. This week I'm in Crescent Head, next week I'm on the Gold Coast, the week after that I'm in Byron Bay, and then I'm hoping to go to Europe in a couple of months. So for me, I love that I'm able to grow this business from wherever I am. I have team and customers now throughout the US, Sweden, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. So it's really nice to have all of these people that I can connect with and to be able to help customers with their health and to be able to help other people that want to join the business or look to do the team sign to be able to help them with their wealth. It's really important for me that I am able to continue traveling. And I love that with Juice Plus, I don't now need to worry about signing with companies on contracts or being on work permits or restrictions of how long I can be in countries for. The great thing with today is, you can rent something on Airbnb, or you can rent a motorhome or jump on a sailing boat, whatever it might be. And as long as you've got internet in your phone, you're able to do this business from anywhere. So I'm super excited about what the future holds for me. And I really look forward to be able to grow my business from wherever I am in the world. So I'm going to hand over to the lovely Shani, who's going to share a little bit more about the business with you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so I'm going to share a little bit about my misconceptions with this business when I first came across it, because I know for me, it took me quite some time to say yes to this because I had a lot of doubt. And so I want to share that with you. So my first, misconception was that I wouldn't have enough time to do a business like this. At the time when I came across this business, I was a full-time registered nurse. I was actually a manager for one of the biggest hospitals here on the Gold Coast. And so I was working about 50 hours a week already. And I just didn't know how I was going to fit building a business on the side to that. But I guess what I found was that you can really do this business in stolen moments, and that's exactly what I did. So I was really clear from the beginning and said, I can only commit 30 minutes a day to this. And that's what I started with. And so, I'd do them in like my lunch breaks, or I'd sneak off to the toilet and do like a little bit of business stuff on my toilet break or whatever it was, just in little pockets of time. When I was exercising, I'd listen to podcasts or trainings and rather than reading books, I'd listen to the audios instead. So I was really able to build this in stolen moments. So if time is something that you're thinking, I don't have enough of, trust me, if I can do it on 30 minutes a day, you definitely can too. The second thing that I was really concerned about was, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to be that chick online that's selling products to everyone. I just did not want to be that person. It's not me. I hate selling. I hate being sold to. It doesn't feel genuine to me. So that was definitely something I was afraid of. And so what I found was that sort of how Emma explained the rectangle before and all the arrows of different people at different levels, the only way for you to be successful in this business is if you don't sell. So if you sell the product, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot. And what I found was people who come across as very genuine and really love on people and actually genuinely care about them and just want to really help people rather than sell to them, they're the ones who do the best. So, I saw lots of leaders in our business do that, and I copied that. And I've never had to sell anything, which I love because that's definitely not me. And then the last thing I was really afraid of was I don't know enough people. I'm really selective with the people that I surround myself with. I mean, I have friends, but I don't have, thousands of friends. I have quite a small group of people that I share my time with. So I thought, I don't know anyone. Like, how am I going to do this? And so what I found was we were able to leverage off social media. I love that. You can really connect with people online these days. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection. And like you can see so many amazing women on the line today from all across the globe. And that's what I found. And so got my trusty whiteboard out so I can sort of explain to you my experience with how I built my business. So if this is me here, in the very beginning, I shared this business opportunity with my mum because my mum's really passionate about health and wellness as well as me. So that's where I got my health and wellness love from. And so I connected with mum and shared the business opportunity with her, and she loved it. She was like, oh, this makes sense. So she said yes. And mum connected with a lady from her work called Vicky. And Vicky is a skin specialist, and she loves to heal skin from the inside out. So that this made sense to her as well. So she said yes because, she was looking for an extra few $1,000s a month. So it made sense to her. And then my mum also introduced another lady from her work. She was the receptionist, Lisa, who's also a part-time yoga instructor. And she just she's a vegan, so she just loved the fact that she could, increase her fruit and veg every day, and the business made sense to her too. So if I think about some other people I introduced, I met this girl on Instagram one day. It was really random. I had been following her for a while. Her name's Lauren. And I loved everything she was about. She was just, really passionate and so happy all the time. And so I connected with her and I was like, look, I don't know if this is for you or not. It might be, it might not, but I feel like you would be amazing at this. And I just want to share this business opportunity with you. And she said yes, which was so cool. It was like a random online. So Lauren's now brought on a few of her own teenies, and it's been really cool to see her grow as well. And then another girlfriend of mine, she is a personal trainer, Bianca. She's actually a dietitian, but I know her through competing. So I used to compete in bodybuilding, believe it or not. And so I didn't even reach out to Bianca. Bianca reached out to me. She saw something I posted online one day and she just thought that it was really interesting and she asked questions. And so I shared with her what I was doing. And then again, it just grew from that. And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and draw my entire business for you, but as you can imagine, what happens is all you need to do really is share this with people who you know would love it, or just share with people who ask you questions. And this thing happens called the popcorn effect, because everyone knows one or two people that would love this, would love some extra income on the side, loves health and wellness, loves to inspire and empower others. And so if you have a look at my business, I only really knew mum. I met Lauren randomly, and I only really knew Bianca. But everybody else that's come into my organization, I've never actually met. I didn't have to connect with. And that's the power of this business. That's the really cool thing about this. And so my misconception with I don't know enough people was totally squashed there and then from the beginning. So I'm going to flick it over to Peter, and she's going to talk a little bit about how we get paid.
Thanks, Shan. Okay, guys, so let's talk money, yeah, because that's one of the reasons that we're here today. So in this business, we get paid 3 ways, and I have already drawn up on the corner of my whiteboard here. The first way that we get paid is retail. So that's every time a box of Juice Plus or the complete shakes leaves our warehouse. And it's really important to note that there's no stock being held in your garage and you're not handling any money or dealing with postage or anything like that. So you're simply connecting your customer and the company via your virtual office. So the next one down the list is our commission, and this comes from the total amount of sales that come through your business that are outside your personal business. So to get paid, this is the one that you need to get to SDVF and then the following month get qualified. So you must get to SDVF and qualified to see that commission money come through. And the final way that we get paid is bonuses. And these are really like the icing on the cake for us. So it's certainly not why we get in this business, but it is a really fun reward for using the fast track compensation plan and really well. And the points for our products in our business advance us through the rankings. And that's how we go up our commission levels and get that bonus money. So not only do you receive that, but the person who taught you this business does as well. So personally tracking your orders, it means you can really stay on top of your business and know exactly where you're at. So let's talk about how we get paid in this business. So I hope that you guys can all hear me and my little girl's chattering away in the background. But when you first start out, you begin as a virtual franchisee. So right down here at the bottom, and we all start in at this level. Okay, so when you share a box of the magic beans, as a virtual franchisee, you're entitled to $65 of the profit. Your next level up is DVF, and you're entitled to $75 when you share a box of the magic beans. And as you move up, that slowly increases until you reach SC level, which is where you can get the maximum of $110. So it's our job to help you maximize the sales plan. And depending on where you finish or what level you finish on for the month, that's where you'll stay and be paid at for that month. So advancing to SC is really important in the quickest, most, I suppose, it's the most important thing. So you can do this the fast track or the cumulative way. And if you do this to this in your first 10 days, you get a nice $100 bonus, which is really exciting. It's not the end of your business if you don't. But the next level is SDVF, as you can see, moving up the levels. And that's 4,000 points. So the 1,000 points that you've accumulated going from here, and another 3,000 to get to SDVF. And there's a $400 bonus on the table for you and the person that that taught you this business. And that includes your personal orders and that team that you've brought on board. So it's really a joint effort. And moving forward, as you go up the levels, for reaching the SC level, there's a $600 bonus for you and a $600 bonus for the person who taught you. SSC, there's a $1,200 bonus on the table for you and the person that taught you the business. QNMD, now I think that this is a $1,500 bonus, and remembering that there is, a little bit of business structure that comes into play here that's not really worth mentioning right now. It's these little levels down here that are most important for you when you're starting out. And then for NMD, which I've done up the top most excitedly, where there's unlimited room up the top, there's a $3,000 bonus for you and a $3,000 bonus for the person who taught you this business. So I'm going to wrap things up there, girls, because we're very mindful of your time. But this business is all about conversations, and it literally is just one conversation, you know, girl to girl. And as women, we love to talk and we love to share when we find something that we love. So if you enjoy what you heard about today, and you know you really easily related to that, reach out to the person that brought you here, and chat more, get comfortable with the idea of perhaps becoming a customer, or even better, as a franchisee. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for joining us. See ya.